Hello everyone, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Abe.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Josh too.
Of a white
So, on to the next pile. And this is actually a newer one I got in. I thought what better time to really show off my newer movies I got that I haven't shown yet in this video. And I got this at one of the pawn shops I go to here in my hometown. So, and that's 1408, a Stephen King movie. Now I heard this one's pretty good, actually. I do know it stars Samuel Jackson, and honestly, from hearing reviews on it, it honestly sounds like a movie even I probably would have made, like a movie I would have directed, because I'm all about the suspense and psychological type of stuff, and also the stuff what you do see is, the stuff you don't see is scarier than what you do, and even stuff you don't know is scarier than what you do know. So, sometimes I even do, the whole, you don't know what's real or what's real and what isn't. And this seems like a film that's right up my alley, so, So, 1408. I'm really actually excited to check this one out and review. The next one I haven't seen, but I heard it was actually pretty good. And that's the Dawn of the Dead remake, which I have shown this in the previous DVD collection update video. Now, I haven't seen the original Dawn of the Dead. In fact, again, the only one I've seen out of these is the original Night of the Living Dead. So, which I'll probably rewatch that and review all the other films, and eventually review the remakes. So, yeah. Speaking of remakes, the next one I got, which I showed during my Black Friday haul video for this year, and that's the Child's Play remake from 2019. Now, me and my friend Amanda, we watched this together, which was her first time watching it, and she really did like it too. And after rewatching it, I did notice a lot more problems with it, but I still think it's one of the better films in the series. I probably put it up there within my top 4 of the films, and so would Amanda. So, that honestly, she found the remake's version of Chucky to be actually a lot scarier than the Brad Dourif original Chucky, which honestly I will admit, yeah, because even the first few films in that Chucky is kind of maybe it wasn't intentional, but he just comes off as more funny and scary. The only time I really thought that the Brad Dourif Chucky from the original series was, to me, genuinely creepy and everything, and felt like a threat, was in Curse of Chucky. So, maybe one of these days I'll try to compare the Curse of Chucky version of Chucky with the Child's Play remake and see which one is creepier. So, at least I'll say the Chucky in this is much more plausible to happen than the original series, so, especially with what you see now with technology advancing and everything, so yeah, the Child's Play remake right there. Next up, I got Cult of Chucky. Now, here's the thing. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this movie now. There's some stuff I really do like about it. And even a lot of ideas I do like. But there's certain stuff I feel like either could have been executed a lot better, or just not have been in the movie at all. So, and I thought it was kind of a disappointment compared to Curse of Chucky, which, yeah. And also the worst film in the series? No, I don't think so. That distinction goes to Seed of Chucky for me so far. and for most people. So yeah. The next one I got here is Curse of Chucky. Honestly, probably, you know, for me it's a tie for my favorites being this and Child's Play 2. Honestly, I think this is a little bit better of a movie because there's mainly, like, it's just creepy in all the right ways. And I think this is probably the creepiest Chucky has ever been. So, yeah, I would probably say this is my favorite film in the series. So, and this version of the DVD I actually got when it first came out. So did the case for Cult of Chucky. But this one says it's an older movie. This is the first one I got. But, like, I got this when it first came out back in 2013. So, yeah, it's a little bit beaten up, as you can tell. But, yeah. So, Curse of Chucky. The next one I got is Chucky, the Killer DVD collection. So this one includes Child's Play 2 for Seed of Chucky. So there's front, spine, the back. So yeah, there's that. So, moving on to the next pile. Next one I got here is Leatherface from 2017. Honestly, I don't, like, at first I did really like the film, actually. But, I don't know, maybe, like, if I rewatch it for a review, maybe my thoughts would change or whatnot, but I don't know. So. Now, one of the things I did heard, and this, I went to one of the film festivals I went to, and it was a year before Gunnar Hansen passed away, and I did met Gunnar Hansen, and got his autograph and everything, and a really nice guy, actually. In fact, he even gave me details on this movie, and that was way before anything broke on the internet for it. And he mentioned how it was going to be a prequel to the original movie, which that was obviously right. And he even mentioned that he was going to have a pretty big role in the film, actually. And from what I remember, like, from this movie, I never once ever saw him in this film. And I'm not sure if that's because he passed away or whatnot, and it just was a real shame. So I think the version of the movie that they originally intended would have been a lot better, maybe. Like, at least the one that, Gunnar Hansen was talking about. So. So yeah. So, Leatherface from 2017. I also got here on Blu-ray, Texas Chainsaw 3D. Or I guess in this case, just Texas Chainsaw. Honestly, I thought the film was okay. I didn't thought it was nearly as bad as everybody was saying. But I only saw it once. So, maybe rewatching it, I might get a different perspective. Especially for me doing a review. And honestly, this is probably the first 3D Blu-ray I ever owned. So, if I get a 3D TV, I would want to definitely check this out in 3D. So yeah, Texas Chainsaw 3D. Texas Chainsaw, the beginning. Now, this is the prequel to the remake, which is odd. Now we got 2 prequels to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one to the remake and one to the original movie with Leatherface. So... Now, if there's a film I thought did better as far as a prequel movie goes to Leatherface, it'd probably be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. I thought this was a better prequel than the 2017 movie Leatherface. But again, I only seen this once. In fact, most of these movies I've seen once in full. So, it'd probably be nice for me to revisit these movies and, you know, see what I liked about them, see what I didn't like, so. Next one I got is the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003. This one I did like as well. I think from what I remember, I think it's one of the better films in the series. And I haven't seen every film in the series. I don't have, like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, or The Next Generation. I don't got those 2 movies, so. But I've seen most of them, actually, at this point. So, I would say this one was one of the better ones. Back. Okay, the next thing I got here, it's not a DVD actually, or a Blu-ray, but it's actually a VHS, and that's for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. So yeah, I do got it on VHS as well. And actually the VHS still works really well. So. Next up I got here is another movie I haven't seen yet, but I got it. So, and that's for the film Chronicle. I'll probably do a review of this and let you guys know my thoughts on said movie. So, I mean, the most I know is it's technically a superhero found footage movie. At least I think that's what it is. And it stars Dane DeHaan from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's the most I know about it. So. And, of course, it's found footage. That's all I know about it. Next one I got here, which I haven't seen yet, and that's Cabin Fever. Now, I haven't seen this movie yet, and I honestly don't really know what's about or anything. The one thing I will say that's funny here, which I did mention when I got this DVD for the first time, is there's a family-friendly version of this movie. I'm like, how can a movie like this be family-friendly at all? How could it? Even if you were to cut out anything like the sex and nudity, you know, it's like, how can it? And so that I might be interested in checking out. So, like, just to see how really family-friendly the family-friendly version is. So, heck. But yeah, I haven't seen this yet. We'll probably do a review of it once I do. So, yeah, Cabin Fever. Next up I got, which I also showed during my Black Friday haul video for this year. And that's, well, I didn't got this during the Black Friday sale at Walmart per se. They did have this at Walmart, but I ended up finding it at the pawn shop, which I assume somebody probably picked it up from Walmart and it either sold or traded in after a while. And so I was able to get it for free through a trade-in. there, so which is a much better deal. And that's the Alien Quadrilogy, which includes all of the films, just the first 4 films. Now, the only one I've seen in this is the first one. I've not seen any of the other films. I heard the one to really be worried about is Alien Resurrection. I heard that one is a complete shit show. But I've seen the first one. The first one's really good. I'll probably do a review of this series at some point.
This is Halloween.